Oh.
Hey!
Oh.
That's cool.
Can someone check and make sure my audio is working? Actually, I can do it. Hang on.
Yeah, I can.
Oh yeah, it's
hold on.
working. I just unmuted myself. All right.
Okay.
You gonna go get liquor?
No, go ahead. I'll get it right after.
Are y'all ready?
You know, turn the music up, dude.
You can turn it up.
Everyone roll a d20.
This is the most intense one we've done so far.
15, boys and girls. My only plus 10 roll this entire game.
Yeah, I got my bad roll.
Oh!
Ooh.
I got it.
We're gonna have a roll off.
All right, go ahead, Albert. You go first.
Yes.
Wow. Roll a 1, Blake.
Critical fail.
Damn it.
Valen,
All right.
tell us what happened last time.
So we walked up to a ravine, and then I tried to throw a rope across the ravine.
Oh yeah.
And I rolled a critical success, but the rope still slipped out of my hands. Albert tried to catch the rope and fell, but grabbed on. No, his foot caught in a root or something, so he was dangling by his foot.
No.
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 This is where we found out that Tegan has plot armor.
No, I wrote it
Plot
down.
armor?
Albert fell trying
I
to
like
catch
that.
a rope, but his foot.
I've
got
never heard
caught on a
that.
branch.
His
Valera tried
foot
to
got caught on a branch and he started tripping and falling.
Regardless, he fell face first into a ravine, and his foot is in a branch.
No,
He's
he
not
was in
dangling by the branch.
Only one
Yes,
of us
he
fell
is.
into the ravine. I
No,
think we knew who that
no.
was.
Hey, let Valen finish the story.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
And then
I'll
you guys
tell
can
him
tell
why
you what
he's fucking
happened.
Everyone go fuck themselves. Let me read this.
Brian already
Hey,
did that when he was
I was
thinking
there
about
for-
Albert.
wrong.
Albert fell.
That's why I was
trying to-
scrubbing for so long.
But his foot got caught in a branch. Valera tried to save him, but then launched herself off a cliff. Then Bri tried to pick Albert up by just his boot, and the boot came off. But he's not.
This is
Some-
like
And I'll stop. Go ahead, Tegan. Finish the story.
it's like when you tell a kid a story and they tell it back to you, but it's like obviously so wrong.
Okay, go ahead.
This
I
is
will
part of the
stop.
reason I do this.
You go.
No,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm actually done. Go ahead.
Okay. So you tried to throw a rope with
Yep.
a hook on the end.
Mhm.
You crit fail.
Yeah, that did happen though.
The hook flies over the ravine, and the rope starts falling down, and it's flying through your hands, and you're looking at it like, oh my god, the rope is flying through my hands.
What do I do?
That's
And
exactly.
so Duriel tries to save the day and dives to get the rope, but in the process, tell me more, Freya, trips on a root and starts
So
to fall over the edge. So me, being a miraculous, wonderful person, try to lasso Duriel's
Maybe wonderful,
Ankle.
miraculous. no.
and I do lasso it, but in the process, also start falling. So then Howl is like, I should also be a wonderful, miraculous person, but he's kind of not. So he
I did it
manages to
all.
grab
You jumped
Duriel's
off a cliff.
ankle. No, but then both of them are kind of sliding off the cliff.
So hold on.
there-
Explain
you
to me
missed the
this.
part where you dive
Off a
1,000 feet into the I mean, you're
And
you
hold
were
on a second.
gone.
So Duriel
Oh,
is tripping
And Blake
over a
turned
cliff.
into an insect.
Yeah, that happens at the end.
Oh my god!
That's way later.
So wait a
Way
second.
later.
It's like hurting cats, please!
So Duriel trips off a cliff face forward, but he stops himself. Tell me how.
He doesn't stop himself.
No, he
You
just
You
free
use
falls?
a spell.
Oh,
you
he
use
got caught in a root.
spell.
Say that again.
He does. He gets caught on a root.
He doesn't get caught
Why-
on a root falling when he
does!
trips.
He does.
Yes,
No!
he does.
Shut
He
up.
does.
Shut up.
He absolutely. I wrote it
Shut
down while I
No,
was
shut up.
listening.
Shut up. Let me use my words, please. He trips on a root.
Okay.
Then you use a spell.
No, that was later.
You use a spell later on after all of us are starting to fall over the edge,
So-
and
so
you manage to
what's
save
happening is
Duriel and
Duriel
Howl,
starts to
but
trip.
I
He
fall over
freezes
the
in time
edge
and
because your
space.
spell doesn't reach me.
So Duriel freezes in time and space while everything else happens around him. He doesn't. What happens while everyone else is tripping? Does he just stop moving? Does time cease to exist for Duriel during all of this? Or is his foot caught in a root?
I really admire that you guys are such a cohesive and friendly team.
That's right. Root.
Mom and Dad, don't fight.
Root.
Can we skip forward to where I like really coolly slip down the rope and tie another rope to the other rope?
No, Albert,
And
you
then I
did
keep
nothing
going down.
cool.
Throw me
You
the rope!
missed everything.
It was
The
very
entire
cool.
mission. No, it's not cool.
We crit
You
failed
put
20 rolls.
everything
And
at
Albert goes,
risk.
Throw me the rope.
And then I got it, and I tied it to the other rope.
You caught it because of my throwing skills, not because of your catching skills. I want to be clear on that.
Did you roll like a 5?
He rolled a 3! I know because I wrote it down.
Okay, but then I fall down into the water. It turns out that the water has some sort of ability that you don't take fall damage, apparently. So then Valen jumps over the edge as a bug, while Duriel and Howl are climbing down on a rope. Mary eventually also climbs down. I'm okay because, like I said, water is magic. I swam around, found a little cave underwater. Everybody except for me and Mary went swimming into the cave.
Oh yeah, there's a thing in the water, wasn't there?
Then I went back and got Mary. We
Dorkfish.
swam into the cave.
What was
and
it
then
again?
it ended as we
Dorkfish.
surfaced.
A what?
Dorkfish.
Dorkfish?
Dork
Yeah, look
vision.
at him.
They have dork vision.
Oh, is this the fish? Is that the fish?
That's
That's
the
the fish that
fish.
we saw? But I thought we were here in this area. It's all
So
the way
what
up here.
what Tegan forgot with her excellent retelling that was false was that it ended with us swimming into a cavern, and it's very dark. We can hear a waterfall off in the distance, and then who's with me in the cavern? We hear a waterfall or something in the distance. It sounds like a waterfall, and then we ended it.
So you came out
Was
of
I
the
in the
cave.
cavern?
Everyone's in the cavern now. You came out of the. You swam through the cave thing. Valera almost started drowning, but she came out just in time. She's fine. And
To tell her shitty story.
so you guys came up. You surfaced in the water, and there was a waterfall. And
there's
behind the
a water-
waterfall, you could see what looked like almost the silhouette of something, like behind the waterfall, and then blackness all around it. And that's
Tegan, why didn't you talk about that in your recounting that was so accurate?
Why didn't you talk about it?
Because I
Tegan.
finished it.
I didn't think you were wrong. I just didn't think you were right.
I knew she was wrong.
I just don't trust anything you say, Bryce. So
Why? What do people keep saying
why
that?
not?
Why do people? Everyone always tells me that.
people say it to me too, and I don't know why.
I feel
I
like
don't
there's a
get it.
sharp division happening in this group.
You guys
Who's
are
on my
a
side?
like a tight knit family.
Ooh, I hear bats.
All right.
I hear bats too. I thought that was me for a second. That's great. Oh,
Alright,
can you
we're
turn
in
it
a
up?
cave.
So
And is it
we
binaural?
are. I don't know.
You can turn it up in the.
turn it up.
Hit the my settings. Turn up your.
Yeah, I don't want to make it too loud because then it starts to
Okay.
overpower you guys.
Okay, hang on. I'm turning it up.
This one doesn't have a
Oh
lot
yeah,
going
it is.
on now.
It's they're like different headphones. I can hear it around me. This is cool. Close your eyes. Tegan, close your eyes.
No.
Why are you being
Oh.
so like combative tonight?
Is it because I covered up my nipples?
Yeah.
It is good.
I don't know what to do when I can't
Albert-
stare at them. I feel
Albert-
so calm.
Yes,
Are your nipples binaural?
Oh, I like it.
they can be.
They give me shivers.
If I close my eyes, can I feel one in each ear?
Give me shivers.
Um,
I get the
depending on how
tingles.
close I am.
Can we just go ahead and start calling
Yes.
Albert's nipples
Oh.
the tingles?
That's
What?
Oh, the tingles.
All right. So we are in a cave, and there is a waterfall in front of you. You guys are in the water. I think all of you have dark vision?
I do.
Yes,
Yes.
all of us.
Up to 30 feet or
Yeah.
60 feet.
60 feet.
I
Is
guess
the,
I should pull up my character sheet.
Probably. Because I totally have all of your character sheets in front of me, and I'll know if you're lying.
Wait a second. Tegan, you're so prepared with stories. You aren't prepared with your actual character sheet?
Oh my god, it's because it's never gonna end.
Don't worry about it. I'll watch the video after this, and I'll clip it, and I'll send it in chat.
Toby, since you do have all our character sheets, just so you know, I have God Smite on my ability. Kill anything.
Aren't you wearing Mithril as well?
Mm-hmm. Heavy plate.
Unfortunately for you, all of the monsters that we're going to fight tonight have God's Might and Anime's Might on their side.
Ah!
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Ah! Dude, where's the lamp? Where's the lamp? Smash.
All right. So everybody's got dark vision?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're in the water. You can see that there's like some shore off to the side. There's a waterfall coming down, and if you listen closely, if you close your eyes, binaurally you can hear the trickle of the waterfall, because I couldn't find a real waterfall sound clip. And it looks like in the waterfall or behind the waterfall or something, there is what looks like the silhouette of something sticking up from the ground with black all around it.
Ooh. I'm gonna hop onto the coastline and approach it.
I'm gonna follow.
Do we have a map of this?
I did not make a map, but I can draw a picture real quick if you want.
Yes, please.
All right. Give me a
Yeah,
few.
that would be nice.
Where's a good one to draw pictures on?
How do I
I'll be right
move
back.
everyone's picture on my Unroll 20?
Click and drag the little 3 lines. Dude, this is our 10th session. You're just now asking that question?
I never did it. What 3 lines?
And it, like, hover over someone's name. You know,
Oh,
3
I
lines to
see
the
it
left?
now. I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw
You just oh,
up
weird.
here.
Okay, got
So
it.
this is like the body of water, and the water's going kind of this way. Here is the waterfall.
And where are we?
Hang on. Yeah, I'll use that. So there's like shoreline over here. Around it, it kind of cuts off into the cave right here, and there's some shoreline on this side as well. And then there's cave wall here. Cave wall.
Oh, wow.
here.
So, wait, so there's shoreline all the way around it? So it's like a pool that I guess goes underwater? or
Yeah, pretty much. Like there's cave wall back here.
But we're located
So,
where?
but there's shoreline on either side. Duriel was getting out and going. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna put your little icons on here. That is huge. How do I? Oh no.
They said little icons.
I did. I put them on the wrong layer. Oh no, I didn't. That was right.
I'm not trying to aggravate, but I'm watching, your hand. It looks like you're slowly trying to pick your nose without letting anybody know it.
If I wanted to pick my nose, Bri, I could do this.
Why wouldn't you just do it on camera?
I like it
Courtesy?
when people admit picking their nose, though. I think it's important that we're all honest and say,
Everyone doo-doos into their hand.
hey.
I mean, just
You guys
like
have
everybody
doo-doo in
picks
your
their
hand?
nose, everybody takes a poop into a tissue into their hand, right?
You got it. It keeps the plop. What's happening?
I'm glad we could share that together because that was hilarious. I love that so much.
Okay. So you guys are all in the water, so you can move yourselves where you want to go.
So just to be clear, the shoreline that we have, if I click, how do I make the bubble or the little
Oops.
circle thing? Up
Just
here.
left click and hold down.
Yeah.
Oh, so like
Um,
this around here, are these walls?
Yes. Yes, that is the
Okay.
edge. So you can see kind of off. Like it starts to go into blackness over here. So you don't see all the way over this way.
I'm following Duriel.
Okay.
I gotta go grab the food. Give me 1 second, but I'm following Duriel.
In the world of D&D, can we fight underwater?
We can figure it out.
Then I swim towards this giant fish.
The fish is not in the water. Well, I mean, the fish
What?
are in the water, but there's
The
not
fish
one
is-
in there with you right now.
the fish is part of the
The
last
fish was
map.
just it was just a decoration, just a.
Wait, so the giant figure we saw in the water, with
Those
darkness
were
all around it?
those were the fish,
They
but
were-
they were like swimming up and down the tunnel and in the river.
So they weren't like a monster for us to kill.
They were just there.
Man, okay, I really thought that was something ominous and creepy, and I feel like I missed out
mean-
on the big
We
reveal.
did see a figure in the tunnel, which is what I'm walking.
Yeah.
Behind the
that's-
waterfall. So
Oh,
there's a
okay,
silhouette
okay.
behind the
I thought
water.
that's
So
what
I
the-
kind of drew it in there. You can kind of see it. It's the gray and the blue.
I see. I see.
So
I just thought
kind
that
of-
was the giant fish. Okay.
No,
so,
no.
Yeah, then
You
I'm down with
see,
that.
like,
I
a
also
silhouette
choose
in there.
to pursue that. Oh no! Can I inspect the area for a treasure chest?
For a treasure chest?
Yeah, you know, like oftentimes in bodies of water there will be a why doesn't that make sense to you? I feel like that's like a no-brainer. You know,
I mean-
there might be treasure. So there's not treasure because my DM's laughing. So, never mind. I don't do that.
I'll tell you
Brian, don't
what. Give
worry
me a roll a d20 for investigation.
I thought we were in a mirror world when we hit that tunnel.
You did think we were in a mirror world. You were dead set
well,
on it being a
I
mirror
wish I
world.
hadn't rolled.
Heck yeah.
You know, some rolls are just embarrassing.
You
rolled a 2 earlier.
you don't notice. What is your investigation? Your intelligence bonus?
The 1-0 probably 0. I don't have any intelligence. I don't have my character sheet brought up because I forgot that that's a part of D&D.
Literally earlier, I said maybe I should pull up my character sheet.
Well, you said maybe you should, not maybe I should.
So
know,
you
were
didn't
talking
think
to me.
at that point.
Whoa,
No, because
whoa,
I've
whoa! Play
been
nice, play nice.
drinking.
He's been at the brewery.
Yeah, for the brewery. Yeah, Tegan, be nice. Why are you so mean to me all the time?
I just don't like you.
I think she
I'm sure you
likes
could tell when you were here a couple weeks ago.
That you didn't like me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember how to log into OrcPub.
Didn't you download it?
Didn't you save it?
Yours is probably a 0.
Brian, the whole point of me taking those pictures last time was that you saved a PDF. You did. I remember you saving a PDF.
She does like me. But no, I don't remember.
Oh boy.
Look,
Brian,
I'm
next
logging
time I
in.
see you, I'm gonna shake you to sleep.
If I'm awake, that just sounds like you're trying to kill me, Albert.
Shake you to sleep.
Didn't you send it to Toby? I thought that that was like part of the whole
Uh-huh.
thing.
I'm in. What's investigation again?
Intelligence.
Oh, a 0. It's a 0.
Okay.
It's better than a -1, huh?
How is it, Blake?
Yeah, that really saved your roll, Brian. So you look around and you don't notice anything that looks like treasure or anything like that. All you see is
Okay.
cave and water in the dark.
Okay.
I move closer to inspect silhouette.
Okay.
Do I need to make a roll?
What do you just want to look at it? So
Yeah.
as you get closer, you notice that this thing, whatever it is behind the waterfall.
Okay, I'm gonna try and push through the water.
Okay. What would everyone else like to do?
I'm probably gonna go that way since I couldn't find treasure. Because I think if we kill this thing, we'll probably get something from
Blake,
it.
you look like a chipmunk
I don't think it's a creature.
being
Oh.
slightly off screen and just chewing.
Can you turn and suddenly make the face?
I'm gonna cast a cantrip, produce flame. That should help us see a little bit better.
Alright.
That's cool. That's cool.
How does this look? Describe it.
So it's a ball of flame that hovers around 6 inches above my hand, and it shines an extra. Let's see here. Hold on.
Those are some noises.
I don't know where it is.
That's the noise of the flame in his hand.
Okay,
Basically-
okay.
Basically, it's a little globe of fire that hovers above my hand. A flickering flame appears in your hand. The flame remains there for the duration and harms neither you nor your equipment. The flame sheds a bright light in a 10-foot radius and a dim light for additional 10 feet, so we can see a little bit better up close, but that's about it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So you notice that once the flame comes on, you see the light of the flame kind of gleaming across the surface of the cave that you're standing on. So the shore, you can tell, is definitely stone like the rest of the cave. It's not like there's no sand. It's not like a beach or something. It's damp. Everything's kind of damp, but that makes sense. There's a waterfall in there. And you can see, just barely in the dark, you can see darker figures swimming around in the water.
Dark fish.
Dark. Okay.
In the water behind the waterfall? Or
No, in the
waterfall?
water. No, like in the water where you guys just came out of.
We couldn't see them when we were in the water.
They're probably just the fish. Unless you want to go back down there and check.
Oh.
Hmm.
I mean, Mary is still apparently in the water, so.
Mary is still in the water.
Because you forgot about her, like usual.
No, I completely planned that she's still in the water.
I want to go check out this area over here.
In D&D, how likely is it that I can loot NPCs? And am I missing out, playing like a rogue type character, am I missing out by not trying to loot Mary?
So you can do whatever you want to do. If your character would want to try to pickpocket everybody they come across, sure, you could try that. But there are consequences for everything. It's not like a video
Sure.
game where you can just reload.
Yeah.
Your consequences are permanent.
Okay.
And
Owl saves the game.
Yeah, exactly. Can I roll to save the game?
you haven't come across a save point in a long time.
Okay. All right. Well,
Wow, that was really good.
What's that?
Mary gets
I'm
out of the
hungry.
water.
My breakfast casserole I just made.
okay.
All right. Valera's going deeper into the cave. Duriel is looking behind the waterfall. Howl is standing just in the water right outside.
I'm following them into the waterfall.
Okay. Valen, you're joining them in the waterfall?
I am.
Okay. So as you guys push through the waterfall, you see a room behind it. It looks pretty natural. Rough walls, they're curved. It's like it was eroded away almost. It doesn't look like it was carved out. It's damp. All the walls and the floor are all a little bit damp, like water has, splashed in there. It's humid. It's, like a cave.
Sure.
In the very center of the cave is a stone pedestal sticking up with a bluish-greenish orb on top of it. The pedestal looks pretty natural as well. It doesn't look like it was carved or anything.
I'm going to approach it.
So
Yeah,
it's
I'm
just
gonna
like
try
a
and-
solid piece of stone coming from the floor.
I'm gonna try and
up.
touch the orb.
So like this. With a bluish-greenish, and I'm going to pick a color that is not bluish-greenish because there's limited colors and I'm not going to play with hex codes to figure it out. Pretend that's a perfect circle. Nestled into the
My
orb.
favorite band.
Into the
Yeah, I'm going to
pedestal.
touch that. I'm going to touch that.
Man, I wanted to ask you about that later
Touch it.
on, Blake.
Perfect circle?
Yeah, how do you listen to because I really like them.
Mhm.
You listen to them without feeling super guilty about listening to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. It's a very sacrilegious band.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
mean,
I've been listening to this for a decade, so.
dude, I
part of
really like them, but when he says well, I don't want to repeat the words, but yeah, it's just
Yeah, I don't sing along all the time, but I
Yeah,
really love
yeah.
the music.
and it's super good. They're incredibly talented. I watched
Maynard is
a
amazing.
video where a worship leader reacts to the video and he's like, "Yeah, this is really good. I just don't know how to feel about it because it's really good."
Yeah,
But
it's amazing music, just awful
yeah.
words.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I know there's a lot of pain there. I know
One
his
song is
mom,
just about masturbating.
Which song is that?
I'll send it to you. Don't worry
Anyway,
about
I touched the orb.
Speaking of
it. That seems like it's
masturbation,
part of it. What are you talking about? Duriel expounds on the song. What are you touching, Duriel?
The orb.
His tingles.
Oh, 12,000 volts straight to the tingles, Duriel.
All right, so Duriel's touching the orb. Valen?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I like that.
Group
Well,
touch.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do not a perception check, but an investigation. Is that right? Is that what I'm looking for?
What are you doing? What are you looking for?
I'm an Arcanum check on the orb. How about that?
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Howl?
Arcana check.
Dude, I feel like you guys think it's a joke, but it's not really. It's really a joke. I really just want treasure.
I loot the orb.
No, I mean until something happens, it's like I really don't know what our objective is right now. I feel like we're just kind of going forward for something.
So you
I'm
guys
trying to
were
find
originally
I
trying
could
to
slaughter him.
Get back to
get back to the
outpost.
camp. Yeah, the outpost.
Yeah. I think I
Sorry, Duriel, what were you saying? What is
Okay.
your objective?
My personal objective is to. My verbalized objective is to murder Pip.
Pip.
Philip.
Is Pip an old woman?
No, he's the guy who put us all to sleep and took
Philip.
the orb.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Philip.
Thank you.
Pip. Yeah. I'm
Oh,
actually good with it
Pip.
too. That's my objective as well, is to murder. Guy's a dick, and yeah, I wanna put him to sleep, but like in the Albert shaking a baby way.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna sit back and watch for a second. You know, I don't know. There's much I can do to be productive. Valen is definitely doing something with the orb, so I'm just gonna watch and wait.
Okay. Valen, give me your Arcana roll.
It's gonna be a 1. Ooh, 14.
All right. You definitely feel something magical about this orb. It feels like it's emanating some sort of a magical energy. It feels like it's interacting with something around it, and it's got kind of a draw, but it doesn't feel like bad. But you feel a little drawn towards it.
I'm gonna touch it.
All right. Okay. I'm going to move Albert up and start with him.
Okay. I'm gonna reach forward towards it. How about that? Ooh.
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
So you touch the orb.
Yeah.
As you look like you're jacking off with 2 hands.
No.
You're
that
not
was a
helping this,
joking-
Albert.
That was a joking maneuver.
Choking what? Okay, anyway.
Baby.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm done with D&D now. All right, so you touch the orb and you feel like you feel a presence. You feel kind of uneasy.
Okay.
You feel something, it's like an entity almost, but it doesn't agree with the entity that embodies you. The
Ooh.
entity that you have sworn an oath to, that's a part of you. The
Yeah,
demon,
yeah,
I forgot his name.
So this is
So you feel like an entity, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's at odds with that.
so Valen's god potentially is what I would naturally think of,
Why Valen's god?
because everybody had that really negative effect when I tried to burn down Valen's tree.
Sure.
Was there really like almost like an at odds, like you're saying? But
That is
so-
the only god you've come across here on this land so far, so that would make
so
sense.
far, right? But so, to my knowledge, is this the orb that I was spoken to in my dream about?
It doesn't look like that orb to you, but you can't
Okay.
be sure.
Can I do a religion check to see if it, or not a religion check, maybe an insight check to see if it's similar to what it was?
Actually, do religion for that one.
Religion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Religion is +1 actually. Insight is better. Oh wow. Oopsie. It's 13.
All right, so it feels similar in a way. You don't know if you can't tell if it's the same orb that was in your dream or not. You're not certain if the orb that was in your dream was the orb that you guys had found previously, or if it's this orb, or if it could be a third orb altogether.
Oh, okay.
But it has a similar feel to it. It has kind of this otherworldly kind of magic, not magic that you're used to kind of feel about it.
Since I don't know, can I scoop up the orb? Since I don't know if this is the one that I need or not. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't have to.
You can.
If you'd rather,
you can, but that will come after Valen has already reached out to touch it as well.
Okay, so we're both touching it at
So
the
you're
same
both
time.
touching the orb at the same time. So I'm going to pull him up.
That's cool.
Hi, welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey.
Valen, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you reach out and touch this orb.
Hey, yeah.
Hi. We're all alone now. Albert's not making his gestures anymore.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you reach out and touch this orb while Duriel is touching it as well. And you feel a strong presence. It feels comfortable. It feels humbling. And you hear a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes, "My son."
Huh?
Give me a second. I need to think about what I want to say here. I knew what points I wanted to make, but I didn't actually write it down.
Okay. Take your time. I want to try and light my candle anyway, but I have nothing that's flammable.
So the voice goes, "My son, Valen. This is Sylvanus."
This is Sylvanus? Like the orb?
This is Sylvanus speaking to you.
Oh, okay. Hugely different.
I
Okay.
am not just an orb.
Thank God. Okay. Thanks, Sylvanus. I mean, that's horrible.
It is a beautiful orb, but I am more than just an orb. But this
Okay,
orb
good.
is a part of me.
Can I respond?
Sure.
Okay.
So this is all going on in your head, so it's not like out loud.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna move my face so they can't see me. I'm gonna ask. What do you want from me? Why are you speaking to me now, of all times?
Valen, I need your help. The second unraveling is looming.
Oh, what's an unraveling? Unraveling of what?
You're in the land of the old gods right now. Where man and gods existed before the first unraveling. Before we were split from each other. The power of the gods is dwindling. My power is fading. I need your help. This orb represents just a piece of my power. There are many others out in the world, some of them connected to other gods representing their power and their forms. Others lost to time, some of them broken, destroyed. I need your help to collect the orbs. If we are to save nature before the second unraveling, if we are to save nature from the second unraveling, I need your help restoring my power.
Of course. Do I need to take your orb with me, or do I leave it here?
I trust your judgment in this.
What about the other one touching the orb with me?
He has... I sense something about him, like a presence of mine, but it is surrounded by darkness. It's shrouded in darkness.
Can I trust him?
I trust your judgment in this.
If I take you with me, can I speak to you after this, through your orb?
If you remove my orb from this location, my power will leave this area.
Will it come with me, or will it diminish?
I do not know. Myself and many of the other old gods have faded so much.
Do you
that
know the
I can't
locations?
say what will happen anymore. It would be in the past that that the orbs could be moved from one location to another, and the gods had enough power to speak through them to their followers, to their sons, to their children. It's been so long since we've had such power that I can no longer tell you what will happen. Right now, I am tied to this room. I am tied to this water, and I am able to influence this water with my power. It is why you were saved when your friend fell down the ravine. I can't say for certain what will happen if you remove it. I know that bringing orbs to my shrines will help restore some of my power. We can attune to them.
What do I need to do first to help you restore your power? Can you give me any hints as to where the other orbs are?
I have an old son back on what you would call your mainland. Seek out Orin Pineblade. He's an old warrior of Sylvanas. He should be able to guide you, share with you his wisdom, his knowledge.
And he's on my homeland?
He is back on the mainland. You can find him just outside the kingdom of Ambercrest.
All right,
I will leave you with one gift. I am going to give you the gift to detect my presence. It will guide you.
Will the others be able to notice this, or will it just be for me?
It will come from your heart.
Okay. I will take you with me then. I will take your orb with me. So even if you don't know where I am, you're going to be in my belongings and with me. And I'll try and get you back to your source.
Very well. I trust you in this. Travel safe, last son of Syl. And then his voice fades away.
Perfect. This is so fun. Okay. Okay.
All right. I'm bringing us back.
Okay.
Grab coffee or something.
We're gonna go get lunch, I think. Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
All right. So Valen and Duriel are both touching the orb. Howell, what were you doing again?
Watching the orb, waiting for my turn to touch it. Really.
Watching the orb to be.
I've seen. Look, I saw Valen's face after touching the orb, and I thought, I'll have what he's having.
So what do you do?
I touched that orb, man.
You touch the
Valen,
orb.
move aside.
All right. So
I don't
Howell
know.
touches the orb.
Howell touches the orb.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I've been playing Final Fantasy while I was waiting for you guys, so I'm really excited to see what comes next.
So you touch the orb.
Yeah?
As you touch it, are you wearing gloves? This is very
Ooh.
important.
Toby, I've never thought about that. I don't think I am, honestly.
So you're just barehanded.
I believe I'm barehanded, yeah.
Okay. So as you go in to touch the orb, it feels smooth. It feels cold.
Smooth and cold. Okay.
Smooth and cold. You feel a little tingly.
Okay.
You're not
Like-
really sure why. Like there's a faint power.
Like Albert's nipples.
Like Albert's you feel a little like Albert's nipples.
sorry.
Like there's a faint power there, and you're not sure
Yeah.
why. Like
So
you're
it's-
slightly drawn to this orb. It doesn't look like it's majestic, it's
got
remarkable, but it doesn't look like something of like supreme value or anything.
Okay, so it's an orb.
It's
so,
definitely beautiful, but it's not going to like buy a kingdom.
Should I pay attention to? Actually, I can't ask you that. What does the orb look like?
So it's kind of a bluish green color.
Mm-hmm.
It's really dark in here. Well, I guess Valen still has his fire out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's glinting. Like you can see the light clearly glinting really bright off of it. Like it's a little shinier than it should be.
Okay.
Like you know when you look at like my wife's wedding ring in the dark. Have you seen that before?
No, I don't
That
think I
thing
have.
glints in the dark. It's the weirdest
Is it
thing.
really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
So it's
You have
like
to tell me what material that was.
it's a diamond.
Okay.
Um,
It's like a real diamond. You get a real diamond.
Yeah, It's just
for you.
yeah. It was like just under half a carat, so that actually shaved the price off a lot.
Nice.
So anyway, it's like glinting in the dark. Like it's glinting more than you think it should for the amount of light that's in the room. And when you look into it, it's almost like it's deep. Like the color goes deeper into it than you would think for the size of it. Does that make sense? It almost looks like there's more depth on the inside than there should be. Like it's bigger on the inside. It's a TARDIS ball.
Yeah. So it is like it's
but it's like translucent. It's almost like glassy.
Like a
gemstone
object, though.
Yeah, kind of mythical looking. I mean, it's not like it looks like it would have some value, but it doesn't look overly remarkable. But you notice like this slight tingling, like there's a power about it, but you can't really pinpoint it. You just feel kind of a draw to it. Mm-hmm. It's so subtle, you're not sure if it's just your excitement for the orb that you're feeling as you touch it, or if it's coming from the orb itself.
And it feels smooth, and it tingles across my skin. Okay.
Yeah, actually, give me a... What do I want you to do?
A D2. Flip a coin.
Give me a perception roll.
Hang on. Perception is +2.
Or insight. It doesn't really matter.
I got 20.
You can tell this tingling is not coming from you. You've seen valuables in your past before, and that doesn't give you like an adrenaline rush, that kind of feeling, that giddy feeling that this is giving you as you touch it. You've had your hands on riches before, vast riches, and so you're familiar with the feeling. This wouldn't excite you. This might excite any normal rogue, anyone who's struggled their whole life or hasn't been able to hasn't had riches or value in the past. But this one doesn't. That's not happening here. This happened after you made physical contact with the orb. So you feel very confident that this tingly feeling that you're feeling is coming from the orb. So there's something more to it, you think, but you can't pinpoint what.
Okay. So does anything else happen? Am I feeling anything else from this orb?
Not
Am I
really.
Receiving anything? It's just tingly to the touch.
It's just you feel like a tingly, like inside of you.
I really don't know what's available to me to probe into this thing. Can I try to communicate with it?
Sure. Do you want to like speak to it? Do you want to like think thoughts?
Yeah, I want to.
Do you have a spell that lets you communicate with something? Oh, you're a rogue, so you don't have any spells.
Yeah, but I'd like to see if I feel any kind of impulse or anything reaching out from this seemingly mythical object.
Give me an intelligence roll. Because I'm torn between Arcana and Religion.
Intelligence is 0, so I got an 8.
So you think real hard. You feel like you're trying mentally to reach out to something, but you're not really sure what you're reaching out to, and you don't feel anything reaching back.
Toby, how big is this thing?
It's like the size of a basketball.
Okay. I want to try to ascertain its value on the market.
Give me an... I don't know what that would be. I don't know. Just make it... Intelligence roll again, I guess. You think it has value, but you're not really sure what something like this would be worth. You've never come across a treasure quite like this.
Well, Phil, you're the GM, so feel free to stop me. I wish I had gone last because I want to slip this into my pack.
Okay, well, right now, we're going to go back, and the three of you are all touching the orb.
Okay, we're all touching the orb at the same time.
You're all still touching the orb at the same time.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. You know that at some point I want to try to pocket this thing.
Sure.
Because, look, I didn't get any conversation out of it. I got nothing from this. I've seen Phelan and Duriel have these epiphanies from touching this orb, and I got jacked.
So you didn't see much change on their faces as they looked at this.
All right, fair enough.
You just know that they reached out and they touched it, and they were only touching it for a couple seconds before you were. So don't
Fine.
metagame.
All right, fine. I'm not gonna metagame. All right, but here's the thing. Here's my character. You know what I've seen so far? I've seen and this is between me and the GM. I've seen my three party members be super secretive. I've seen them chat with mythical objects behind my back. I've seen them go off in different areas and pursue their own objectives. And what have I got for it? What has my greedy character got for it? Nothing. You know
Okay.
what? You
So
know what
you
my
want
character
this?
wants? That I want this. That's
Okay.
right. Yeah, just you know that as the GM, they don't know that. All right.
I know a lot as the DM.
All right.
I know
all right.
a lot. So speaking of, have you thought about a backstory for your guy?
It's been like the bottom of my priority. I don't want too much of one because I feel like I don't want to be constricted on what I do in game.
Sure.
But I will spend some time thinking about it. I think I'd rather do it in like a brainstorming session with you.
Okay.
So if there's one night where you just want to get on Discord and we
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
fine.
things, I think I'd like that better.
I might could do Friday night.
Okay. Yeah, I could do late Friday night. But I'll tell you this, I don't want anything really rigid. I don't want to be like royalty or whatever, like because I don't want to have anything that ties me to too many other pieces of story. I want to be mostly a nobody, mostly just like a great character.
Okay, because I've got some ideas. I think I shared them with you, and they give you a lot of freedom for how you play your character. You wouldn't have a whole lot that you've got to pull from, but they would give you some story that we can play with in the overarching campaign. Overarching.
Both of them work. Yeah.
In both of them in the campaign, that we can really weave it into the campaign, I think. So it would give us some fun stuff to play with, little ways to reveal little things about your character and stuff, which is kind of what I'm doing with everyone.
Okay.
So, okay.
Perfect. All right,
yeah, I don't want to do it too much here anyway, since we're streaming it, and if they come back and watch it, I don't want them to know stuff.
Smart. Yeah, good DM.
All right, we're gonna head back.
Duriel.
Okay. So right now, Valen, Howl, and Duriel are all touching this orb. They've been touching it for just a couple seconds right now, a few seconds total, but they're all touching it. Valera, you ran off deeper into the cave, right? You went off to see what was down in that area?
Yeah.
Okay, so while they're doing all this, you and I are going to go up.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Hey, boo.
So you've gone deeper into the cave.
Yeah.
So you notice, so as you go deeper, you realize there's a tunnel going further into the cave. It doesn't just stop there at the wall. It's not just a room with some water in it. The cave keeps going. It's dark. You don't notice any oh, hang on. Where's the thingy?
What?
I had it on here twice. There we go. Cave noises. So you hear cave noises, but the water gets quieter and quieter as you walk further along this tunnel.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Well, where is the tunnel leading me?
The tunnel keeps going into the darkness, and it's just dark ahead of you. As far as you can see, it's dark. It kind of winds a little bit, but so far dark. You've walked for maybe, I don't know, 20 seconds so far? 30 seconds, not that long enough for them to have, walked through a waterfall and fondled an orb or whatever they're doing. And, so you haven't gotten, super far in this, but far enough to realize that this thing is going to keep going seems like it's going to keep going for at least a little while. And you haven't seen any, walkways or caves branching off of it.
So, I mean, is there anything specific that I would notice about this tunnel, or is it just your average tunnel?
It's pretty much just your average cave tunnel.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it was carved in by people. It all looks pretty natural. Maybe there was water running through here at one point, but there isn't now. Maybe that's how it was formed, but it looks like it's been a long time since any water has gone through there, because as you get farther and farther away from the waterfall, you notice that the floor gets less and less damp.
Okay.
The floor, the walls, the ceiling, whatever.
And it's just one pathway. There's not branches or anything.
There's nothing branching off that you've come across yet.
Okay. then I guess because it's a long pathway and I don't have a way to light it, I'll go back.
Okay. All right, so you start heading back. As you're walking back, you hear some footsteps in front of you.
Uh-huh.
And Mary comes out of the darkness. She goes, "Oh, Valera, there you are. What did you find?" Do you like my woman voice?
I do. You don't have to do that though, unless you want to.
Thank you. I don't know what I'm doing.
So Valera just explains that it's a long tunnel and she wanted to come back and regroup before they head down it.
Okay. Mary goes, "Everyone went behind the waterfall. They're just kind of standing there inspecting whatever is behind the water. I didn't want to get my books and stuff any more wet than they are. Some of my papers are already soaked through. Actually, all of my papers are soaked through. Who am I kidding? My notes are ruined. So I decided to come and look for you. Shall we go get them and then see if we can find another way out of here?"
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So y'all head back. We'll go down.
It, like, everything about it just made my mouth water. I was just like so happy. You know?
Sounds really
Okay,
good.
enough about penis. Let's go back to what we were talking about.
Wow, that got both of us.
God,
Because I just said that sounds really
I
good.
know. Get...
That's it. We're calling game, but we're not going to peek from that.
I hate you, but it was really, you know, I have equal parts of hate and respect right now. I feel like I'm getting heated.
You can have
like
both.
I'm getting
You
red.
can have both.
It was really well done. You know? Humiliating, but really well done.
Oh God. Okay. Back to what we were talking about. Okay.
All right.
Oh God.
Okay, so Valen, Howl, and Duriel are all standing behind this waterfall in this dark room touching this orb. Apparently talking about penis.
It's really hard to embarrass me or get me to like blush, but then like as soon as I feel immediately red, like I can feel my whole face.
Oh God.
It's good. It was really good.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Toby.
You're all touching this orb.
Okay.
So what next?
I'm gonna actually try and pick the orb up.
Oh, are you?
I grip it really firmly.
Yeah, I have a pretty tight grip on that orb.
Valera's interested in knowing what the heck is going on.
So
I don't know anyone
Valera and Mary come walking back through the waterfall as all of you are making eyes at each other, firmly keeping a hand on the orb. Firmly grasp it.
You know what? Toby, does my sleight of hand come into play with keeping grips on this orb?
What would you do with your sleight of hand?
Probably
God,
more
I
of a
don't know.
strength check than anything else.
So this thing is about the size of like a basketball.
Yeah. What about deception? Could I distract them while I'm gripping the orb?
Oh, well, how do you want to distract them? This
What's
is
that?
Are we gonna roll against each other?
I mean,
now?
this is between you guys. So how do you guys want to?
Okay, hold on. What did you each see? Who spoke to you?
Blake, you start. I've been forthcoming this entire game. I've
With-
never held
with
back a single
molesting random women. Yeah.
Seriously, I've never held back a single thing. Valen, you start. What did you see?
Molesting random woman. That was me. That's
No,
lest we forget.
No!
Attacked a random woman.
No.
Howell molested one. They're
What?
different.
I did not molest her.
You tried
Howell
to.
tried to
which
get
is
into a
just
tent
as
full of
bad.
women.
Yeah, I just tried to get into a tent
Oh,
full
I
of
forgot
them.
about that. And then he tried to sleep next to Mary.
Did
Yeah.
either of you see Sylvanus?
No.
No.
Well, I need something more than that.
Durio, please.
I saw something that I needed.
Okay.
Mary, come here.
What is it?
I've had no dreams. I've had no artifacts. I've had no talking necklaces. I've had no gods.
Are you
I've had
standing up for
nothing.
this?
You know what I've had? I see a shiny object in front of me that may be worth something. I'm taking that orb, all right? And there's something behind you. And I need you both to turn around and look at what's behind you.
Mary
Roll
goes,
deception.
Howl, maybe we can figure this out. What's going on?
Mary, come here and look at this orb. Tell us what you know.
That's really good, Brian. That was really good.
Mary goes, what do I know about it?
Yeah, what can you tell about this orb?
She looks at it for a second, and then she sticks her hand out and she touches it, and she goes, "This looks like similar to the orb that you guys brought me in the outpost. It's just a different color. I don't know anything about it beyond that."
Well, I know a guy that can tell us a whole lot more if you'll give it to me, and I'll take care of that when we get back in.
You know what,
Joriel?
Brian? Make a. Can I ask him to make a roll for me?
No.
Well, come on, make a charisma roll.
No, he doesn't.
Why not?
I call that.
Brian, make a charisma roll.
No.
Can Valera ask for clarification? For
Yeah,
more
of course.
clarification?
Okay.
So what?
We've each touched this orb and each seen something that apparently speaks to each of us, but they're
Did you
varying
each
things.
see something?
I don't know, because neither of these people.
No, I was honest. I saw an orb.
So Howl
No,
sees
what
something
was all these
shiny.
rolls?
So Mary goes, hold on. Valen, you saw something when you touched this orb?
I did.
What did you see?
I had a conversation more than seeing, but I spoke with Sylvanus.
Can you share it with us?
Sure. Okay. So I spoke with Sylvanus, and what remains of his power is in this orb and across some other orbs,
What?
according to Sylvanus. And he told me that we're in the land of the old gods, and that he's asking me to help restore his power.
So you're saying this orb has a portion of a god's power?
No, I'm saying that he's using this orb to speak with us.
So
He's
this
using
orb-
this
Speak with
orb
you,
with me. He's using
So-
this orb as a conduit to speak with me.
but nobody else heard.
I don't
that.
know. I don't know what anyone else heard, because all I've heard is beep, 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 shiny, beep, 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 beep.
Okay.
So
Is this
Valera
Valen?
wants to touch the orb.
this is Valen talking.
Valera wants to touch the orb?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on in. Make it a party.
Oh my god.
What?
Just just go.
Are you wearing gloves?
Am I wearing gloves?
Yeah, just stuff on your hands.
No.
Okay. So as you reach out and you touch this orb, it feels kind of cold.
Okay.
It's very smooth. It's almost glassy.
Okay.
You feel give me a what did I make him roll? I don't remember. Give me
You don't remember, Toby.
I don't remember. I'm trying to think. I made a few different rolls in my time.
Uh-huh.
Give me an insight roll.
Okay, which is
That would be wisdom.
wisdom.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I like how Blake's face lit up when that happened. They know something happened. They don't know what. So you reach out and touch this orb that the three of them are still touching while they argue.
Mhm.
And it feels smooth, cold, almost glassy. It's not very damp at all, actually, to the touch, which is odd because everything around it is like damp. Like it has like almost a film of water on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've been in a spa or a really humid room. You feel like a tingle inside of you as you make contact with the orb, and you're sure that it's coming from the orb because you didn't feel tingly before. So it's almost like you can sense something about it, but you're not really sure what.
Okay. And that's so I don't see anything though.
You're not seeing it. You're still like looking around. You're seeing what you were before you touched the orb. You feel tingly as you look now.
Do I know the source of that tingliness? Like, can I tell?
You can tell something's coming from the orb because it happened when you touched it. It wasn't there before. But it's not like you can pinpoint, oh, it's coming from the northern hemisphere, this degree, this longitude, this latitude on this latitude on the orb. It's coming from deep within or on the surface. It's just you recognize it as soon as you touch the orb, so you feel like it's coming from the orb itself.
So I guess, can I tell then that it's like would it be related to like a vibration? Like, is the orb seeming to emit some kind of pulsing, or could it be?
Give me an Arcana.
Magic. Okay.
Arcana check.
Whoops.
Arcana's intelligence. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
that was almost an at 20.
I know.
So it feels like there's some sort of magic here, and it feels like it's coming from the orb, but you can't tell anything about it.
Okay.
It just feels like it's something that's coming from the orb, and you can feel it like within you.
Could I mean, I don't think this is something that I would be able to tell anyway, but could the fact that everybody else is also touching the orb do I have any insight that might be affecting if I get?
You're not sure.
I'm not sure. Okay, that's fair. I wouldn't expect you to let me answer that anyway. Okay.
With a 9, you're not sure. You can just tell that there's magic there, and you can feel it inside of you. It feels like it's probably coming from the orb or through the orb, since it happened when you touched the orb, but that's about as much as you got.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's head back. Hi.
Moshi
Hey.
moshi.
So
Hello.
now all of you are touching the orb.
Okay. I just found out we weren't trading water. I thought we were gonna.
No.
We were
Oh,
underwater.
no,
Yeah.
sorry. You're in like a room. You're standing. There's floor.
So I take my hand off the orb.
Okay.
Yes, we should all remove our hands from the orb and turn.
So Mary says, why don't we take this with us then? And we can figure out what to do with it later.
I agree with Mary.
I'll carry it.
No, I've got it. I don't want
Mary-
you to.
Mary, I think that's a great idea if you take it.
I will carry it
Yes.
with me.
But
Mary
I want
should
it.
take it. Mary should have it.
Mary
should
should
have it.
have it.
So
Mary,
Mary
come and take this from
Mary
me.
steps back up towards it and reaches both hands out to pick the orb up.
Okay. I offer no
Um,
resistance.
I offer some resistance.
Some resistance?
All right, I put
Okay.
my other hand on the orb. I
Howl?
say it would be safer with me.
I tell Mary and Duriel to look behind them.
Okay,
Everybody
so
froze. Uh-oh. One second.
You disappeared.
Valera turns into a bunny.
Can
Keeping
you
keeping
hear
her
me?
hands,
Yeah,
keeping
we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can.
Mary
What
keeps
the
her
heck?
hands
I can see you too.
on the
You're still
orb, and
alive.
she turns around
me
and
just a
looks as
second.
Valera turns into a bunny, and she goes, "Howl, that was amazing. I'm glad you caught that. Thank you for pointing it out."
Did I disappear? I can't see two of you.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
disappeared.
Give me just a second.
All right.
DM is clearly not going to let me do what I want to do. So fine, I let go of the orb.
So we'll start with we'll start with Duriel then. So Duriel is offering some resistance.
Yes, I
Mary
say
goes,
that this orb is obviously important. We're all traveling together, regardless. I'm hidden behind the most armor, so let me carry it.
give me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Persuasion check.
Woohoo! Wait,
Did you roll?
not yet. Oh, 7.
So Mary goes, the three of you seem to all be arguing about this. Maybe it's best if I hold on to it for now, and then when we get back to camp, we can take a look at it and figure out what to do with it then, and maybe we can use it to track down the other orb.
Agreed.
Okay.
She is not persuaded by you.
I understand.
Are we waiting for tea?
Welcome
back.
back.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
My
I
house smells like
blipped out.
bread.
Mm.
It smells really
You baking
nice.
bread?
Yeah, Lauren's making bread.
So what happened? I'm sorry.
So, Duriel tried to persuade Mary to let him hold on to the orb by saying that he is the most heavily armored. It would be best protected with him. And she was not convinced because she saw the three of them arguing over who would get the orb and didn't think it was wise to let any of them hold on to it for now, but rather that she should take it as a non-argumentative third party and then figure out what to do with it when they get back to camp.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
And she suggested maybe we can try to figure out how to use this to track down the orb that Philip stole.
Mm-hmm. Is his name really Philip?
I think it was Philip.
I'm
I thought
pretty
it was-
sure it was Pip.
I thought it was Pip too. Yeah.
Let me check.
Oh, you can find out later. It's not important.
This is
Unimportant.
the story cannot continue until we know.
Okay. I hand her the orb and I say, if when we find Pip.
Piff! It was Piff! P-I-F-F.
Pip.
Piff. Okay.
It was Piff.
Okay.
It was absolutely Piff. I remember that now.
I said if we find Piff, he belongs to me. Is what I'm saying as I hand the orb to her.
No,
You
that's
can
not.
have him. What was that?
No, that's what?
So she takes this orb and she sticks it into her bag along with her like wet notebooks and stuff, and she goes, "We'll deal with Piff when we find him if we can."
Okay. Let's get out of this cave. Let's see if there's any in this cave anything else that we've missed. We've gone behind this waterfall and found this orb that we all want, but now Mary has. There's still more of the cave to
I don't want
explore.
it. I don't care.
So Mary says Valera found a tunnel that extends along that way. She said she didn't see any other side tunnels off of it, but it seems to go on for a while. We could try that and see if we can get out that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do it. Let's check it out. I'll go with you.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I found the path, so I'm going to lead the way.
All right.
Okay.
Howell, Duriel?
Just following.
Nothing else we can do, right?
Right.
Are y'all following? Or do y'all
Yeah.
want to
Yeah,
keep
I-
trying to do
well,
stuff?
No, I mean,
Um,
if I could try to loot Mary if you'll let me, but I don't think you will. So I'm just gonna.
Can I
I'll
search
follow
the
the-
room and see if there's any other kind of like engravings or anything else information wise on the floor around the pedestal?
Sure. Give me an investigation roll.
Ooh, it's not good.
Oh, that's great.
14.
Oh, okay. Looking around the pedestal, you don't see any like man-made carvings or anything in the rock. All of the little grooves and curves and whatnot all look to be pretty natural. It's like this odd natural pedestal just eroded into the ground.
Right. So from what Valen told us, it is actually like his god who just created this.
Maybe.
Mhm. There's power here. I can feel power here.
Anyway, to proceed to the tunnels.
Okay. So you guys start walking down this tunnel for a while. It's a long walk, and after a couple of hours, you start to see a faint light at the very end.
Hours?
Couple hours.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Keep walking.
So you all go towards the light.
I do.
Okay.
But I'm sticking as close to Mary as humanly possible.
Okay.
Doing the same.
All right.
Yeah.
Were you trying to pickpocket Mary?
No.
Okay. All right. So as you guys start to approach this light, you smell salt in the air.
Ooh, seaside.
Well, yeah, I like the sea.
And then you come out and you're on the side of, there's like a cliff in front of you. There's just an opening, like you're on the side of a cliff. There's sea all in front of you, but it's a pretty far drop down with some jagged rocks sticking out below. And there's no way to like proceed to the left or the right. And you can see a boat off in the distance. I'll say it's not a long drop. It's a short drop. It's a short drop. There's some jagged rocks sticking out, but there's only a few. But there's no like walkway. It doesn't look like there's an easy way to climb anywhere. There's nowhere to like walk to the left or the right or forward without just getting, sliding down the cliff or jumping into the water.
How far out is the boat, roughly? Is it swimming distance?
It's not. It'd be a little far for a swim. It's close enough that you can see that it's a ship. It doesn't look like a huge ship, but it's a ship with a couple of sails. And you can't see anybody on the deck, but it's close enough that you think you might be able to get their attention if you could do something big enough.
So I'm gonna actually start waving my arms and yelling and firing my flame into the air, firing my produced flame into the air, my cantrip.
Okay. Howell has stealthed. Duriel, Valera, did you guys want to do anything as well?
Is there a path alongside the cliff, or is
There's
this just like a...
no paths alongside the cliff. It's pretty much it just
down?
opens up to the cliffside, and that's it.
Is there, through my perceiving, is it possible to climb down the cliff?
You could jump.
Roll perception for me.
That's a +1.
10.
So there's no easy path that you can see to climb down. I mean, unless you wanted to get into the water. It goes straight down to the water. The cliff does. There's no like beach down there or anything.
Like the cliffs of Dover in Ireland go straight down.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. I mean, it extends above you as well, but it goes pretty high, and you don't see any real clear, easy way to climb, one way or the other. Pretty much, if you're gonna go you've got two options. You can either go forward into the water, or you can go back into the tunnel. I made hand motions, and you couldn't see them. Forward into the water, back into the tunnel.
Then, like, walk several hours back into the tunnel. And
Those are pretty much your options here.
Yeah, I just wait for. There's no other way that I can. I just also wait for the boat.
Okay.
And this water isn't the same kind of water that we found in the river cavern thing,
I mean, this
right?
smells salty.
Right.
And looking all around, this looks like the ocean. You feel pretty confident that this is the ocean. Valera remembers a time when she gazed upon the ocean and realized that water
And
is
realized
wet.
it was water. Well, what time of day is it right now?
I mean, it's evening. Sun's starting to go down, but it's not like down. You can still see. There's enough sunlight to see pretty easily.
Ooh, you should
Twilight.
you should play music and see if that gets her attention, because water like booms sound.
I like it.
Is that a suggestion from Duriel?
No, that's just me metagaming. I apologize.
I mean, Duriel could suggest that.
Duriel grabs Valera by the throat. Play music.
No, I suggest that
Do you want to go like old woman? Play music.
Music might get their attention.
Then I will do that when Toby returns.
Bring me the horizon.
All right. So Valen is shooting fireballs out and waving his arms. Duriel is also waving his arms.
I'm doing what I can, okay?
Valen is lighting the boat on fire.
I said I shot them up in the air.
He just goes.
Valera is playing music.
Valera is playing
Their
music.
attention. Yeah.
Projects. That's the word I was looking for.
I think
Projects.
we've all seen El Dorado. Based on what it looks like when they're...
Yeah.
Same thing. That's
Very
exactly
good.
what she's doing. Ooh, I like this music.
This does not sound like it would project and catch their
No.
attention. But I'm impressed
She
that you
also
can
has
make flute
chimes.
noises and chimes at the same time.
Chimes are just hanging in the coat.
She just jiggles her coat. Oh, well, I was gonna have him roll for me, but he's gone. So, all right. So, the ship must have noticed you guys doing this because it slowly starts to get bigger and bigger.
Okay. And
As it approaches, you start to see the people on the deck. They look a little rough, a little scary. They look a little bit
Yes.
like pirates.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's get some killing going on.
Guys, I did have to step away for a second. Is a ship on the river?
No, so
No,
you
it's
guys
not
are
nice.
looking. You guys are looking over the ocean now.
Right.
The air smells salty, and it's like water as far as the eye can see.
so Toby, in reference to our map, if we can we get rid of everything that's on the map and you let us know where we are right now?
Yeah,
Better
right, here's
yet.
where we are.
He's got a new map.
No, I can't because you just came out of a dark tunnel.
So we're not technically supposed
So-
to know where we are.
You came out of a dark tunnel. You were in the mountains around
Mock
here.
fear.
So your outpost is here. You were in the mountains back here, and you came out of a tunnel. So you could be looking over the, depending on, I mean, it was kind of windy, not too bad. You guess that you're probably somewhere in this
We're
area.
looking at this area right here.
Yeah,
where we're
so that's a pretty safe guess based on where you guys were going. Valen, I
And
told
there's
them
pirates?
that they noticed your. They must have noticed your fireballs because the ship started to slowly get bigger and bigger. And as it started to get closer, and you could see the people on the deck and get a better look at them, they looked kind of rough. They looked a little scary. They looked kind of like pirates.
Okay.
Now where
I
there's
thought that
pirates, there's
I thought
gold.
that all of the
And
ships
false
that
gods,
had been
Albert,
in
Duriel.
this area had been mysteriously sunk.
Well, there's a ship
Yeah,
out
they have
here,
all kinds of
and it
superstitious
looks like
belief.
it has pirates on it.
Maybe that's why they're mysteriously
Piratey.
sinking.
Can I jump down to their decks? Are they close enough yet?
They're
Is
not
this the Black Pearl?
that close. They
Dang.
they stop a little short and they go, "Who are you?"
Well, they're not pirates because they wouldn't ask us who we are.
I scream back, "We're rich merchants."
Give me a
You're really-
persuasion.
Okay.
I like this already.
+4. Here we go.
Can I stealth? Wait, Toby, I stealth.
Oh, dang it. 9.
Toby, they're far away, right?
They're closer now, so they can see they can see you guys up on the cape, but they're still far enough away that like if you jumped, they could sail away before you could get to the ship. You
Alright,
couldn't
well, I
like
wanna
jump
stealth.
onto the ship.
I'd
You would
like
have to
to try
swim
to-
to them there. All right, go ahead, roll for stealth.
Okay, so my persuasion obviously failed.
That's good. Right? Stealth is like plus something, +5. That's 19.
All right, so you step back
feel
into
like
the
you're just
shadow
making
of the
that number up.
cave just a little bit, so they can't
Yeah.
see you. So looking up,
Yes.
they see 4 people.
Yeah.
The guy on the deck goes, "You're a funny-looking merchant. What are you guys doing out here? Where did you come from?"
Where did you? I mean, I'm not saying that. But someone should say, where did you come
The
from?
shadows yell.
What was that voice?
I yell back. We came from deep within the mountain, and we found something valuable.
I will light everything on fire.
We're gonna fuck these guys up. They're on a ship that burns. Come on, guys.
So more of them are congregating up on the deck and looking at you guys. And he goes, "Why would you tell me that? Congratulations."
Thanks. I yell back.
Do you
Okay, I'm gonna say we need help getting back to the mainland. Can you help us getting back to the mainland?
They look at each other and they start laughing and go, "Oh, now it's coming together. What are these riches you found?"
It's Duriel, and we throw him overboard.
Into the water?
Come closer and let us show you.
I push Mary off the
Look
cliff.
into the barrel.
Yeah,
and tell
come
me
into
what
the
you
Yeah,
see.
with the orb, Albert.
Yeah, I don't care about the stupid orb.
Yeah, I don't care with orbs much either. If there's a ship full of plunder, I'm ready to get on board.
Can we throw Mary at them? So they
Mary?
come closer.
No. We're not throwing Mary at
I'm
them.
asking Toby.
I'm saying no.
You're not Toby.
Listen, I pull Mary behind me and against the wall.
Can I throw Valen and?
That's not a joke. I literally step in front of Mary and put her
No,
against-
that's a horrible idea.
I don't hear you coming up with ideas.
I'd rather walk back.
I'm not proposing that we throw people off a cliff.
Why not?
I would rather walk back the way we came
Yeah.
than deal with these people who might be pirates who now know we have riches.
Well, okay.
How many?
As you guys are bickering, you notice a couple of them go below deck and a couple of cannons come out of the side.
Why would these
I'm going back
cannons
in the
at us on
cave,
the shore?
actually.
If
What are
we
you
have
guys?
treasure-
What are you doing? Do you
if we
need a
have
ride? Are you trying to attack us?
I
We
asked
already
for
said
a
we
ride.
did.
What are you
Right.
doing on the side of a cliff way out here? Nobody lives here.
How far, Toby? How far away are they?
I mean, they're in shouting distance, but they're still like a few hundred feet or so out. They're not.
Okay.
They're not like. You could maybe get lucky with an arrow shot, but it would not be accurate at all. It'd be more luck than anything.
Okay, well,
Okay.
then I shout down to the ship and say, we need to get back to. Do you guys remember the captain's name who sent us on this quest?
Captain Town.
I
don't
can
really
I
remember
can
the name.
hold on, give me a second.
The captain? That's
The
an
guy-
Ambercrest. Don't we?
the guy-
Don't we?
Amber
No, no, no.
go to Lockfear?
No.
Yeah.
The guy who in Lockfear, in the original town,
Oh,
Tegan remembers everything. Tegan, what's his name? Nothing?
The original guy.
no, the guy that.
So the guy,
introduced
the guy in
Mary.
the outpost, the captain in the
Yes.
outpost.
Yep.
That was. Hang on. Commander Rennick, I think was his name.
Okay, Rennick.
Okay.
And okay, but then I shout down and say, "We're on a mission from Commander Rennick. If you get us back to him on the other side of the island, he'll make it worth your while."
So you hear a voice come from behind the crowd that is gathered on the deck, and it goes, "Hold up, I recognize that lick." And he steps for the crowd, kind of parts a little bit, and he steps forward, and you see Lyric. It's
Well,
a
I know
short,
that's
blind
name.
dude from the very first
Oh!
session that you met in the town.
Is that
Valen.
the one that Blake carried around the dwarf?
Yeah, short little dwarf dude.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
I whispered to everybody, "Who is that guy?"
I tripped Duriel over the ledge.
Well,
I
number
grab
one.
Valen as I fall.
Um, okay.
Give me the orb.
So I'm going to say, Lyric, we need your help. We need to get back to the commander to give him information.
Lyric kind of leans off the side of the ship a little bit, the bow, the star, I don't know what it's called, the side of the ship, and he kind of sniffs the air a little bit. And he goes, "Those are my lads. Get them over here. Let's get them back."
See, it pays
Oh.
to be
So
nice
there's no-
to people.
Listen, some bloodshed never hurt anybody except everybody.
Can we leave Duriel here?
Uriel cuts himself while we get onto the ship.
So they send a little rowboat out into the water, and the guy in it goes, "You'll have to jump down."
All right. I grab Mary and say, "Are you ready?"
I'm ready.
All right. Mary and I jump together.
Okay. So you guys splash in the water not too far from the rowboat. You're able to just swim over to it and get in.
Okay, perfect.
Valera will follow.
All right.
I guess
Yeah.
I follow. Am I
Yeah,
still
we
stealth?
go in.
You were
Just
not
the
stealth
shadow
when
go-
you...
I'm just curious.
He looks a little startled when he hears that last splash because he had turned around. He goes, "Oh, gosh. There were 5 of you? This one's with you guys, right?"
I've never seen this man before in my life.
Came out of nowhere. Goodness.
Oh.
All right, so he rows you guys back, and you guys climb up onto the big ship. And Lyric
Okay.
goes, "You need to get back to the outpost, right?
Yes, please, Lyric. We need your help.
Let's go."
Wait. Can we inspect these gentlemen that we're on the boat now with? Because again, like Tegan said, nobody's supposed to be out here, and they're pretty rough looking.
All right, so give me a perception, I guess. If you guys all want to do it, just everybody roll perception.
Okay.
Mine is a +2. Oh, never mind. am I still stealth?
Hold on. Perception is a +3. Dear Lord,
Brilliant.
guys. Here.
Well, mine
I got
plus
an
yours is
11.
There you go.
Duriel's.
22.
I'm on a boat.
22. Toby.
So, all right, we'll go with that. Valen. Everybody else has a little bit of salt water in their eyes from the jump. Valen realizes that these guys look pretty rough, but most of them aren't carrying swords or anything fancy. They've got a couple cannons on the side, but for the most part, they're not well armed outside of that.
Oh, okay.
They're just kind of rough looking.
I
A
thought
little
they were
piratey looking, but only piratey in looks. They don't have they're not equipped like most pirates that you've heard about along the coast. Or maybe seen. I don't know. I don't know your lives. I don't know who you are.
Toby, I'd like to ask this question without being ridiculed, but is there anything of worth on the boat?
I
thought
mean,
you
you're
were gonna ask
standing-
if you could stealth.
You're standing
way
on
better.
the deck of the boat right now.
Do I see anything of worth
You
right now?
don't see anything, nothing sticks out, nothing shiny on the boat.
It's fine.
All right. I'm going to go clasp Lyric on the forearm and just tell him thank you for recognizing me.
No problem, buddy. I recognize all my lads.
Man.
You know, lad.
How could I ever forget that smell?
He's just,
Mm.
I was
ooh.
gonna say recognized by smell.
Yeah, I stay in the woods all the time. I've never heard of
I,
deodorant. Are you joking? I bathe in the rain.
Duriel gets on board and just kind of gives a slight bow in thanks. And just walks to the side.
Okay.
Yeah,
Howl
thanks.
immediately stealths when he gets on board.
No, I mean, if I don't see anything of value, cool with just, hey, thanks for the ride. Let's go.
That's it. All right, so Valera.
Valera, can she make small talk to some of the guys?
Absolutely.
She wants to ask around about the loot that she found and if anyone saw the previous owner using it or if they'd seen it anywhere in the past.
You found something.
Oh, there was one of the guys that's actually has a fishing rod and is fishing off the side of the boat while you guys go. goes, "Oh, there was a group that came in a few weeks or so back. I think it was. Maybe it was a couple months back. That like a traveling troupe of bards, and one of them had a lute with him. We haven't seen him for a while. I wasn't sure if he went back to the mainland or not.
What did he look like?
Oh gosh, I can't remember what he looked like too much. I know he had a lute. He was, kind of average in stature, average in height. Looked like it's kind of fancily dressed, but not too much. Didn't look like he had ever worked super hard in his life. He probably traveled a little bit, but not. He didn't look like he had to rough it.
He looks really dead now.
I remember the girl that he was with, though. Man, she was pretty.
Was this the same guy? Just a quick side note. Was this the same guy we found the pamphlet on about the musical troupe? Okay.
This is a dead guy that we found, right?
We found a lot of dead guys.
There's a dead guy that we found right outside
With
of
the loot on him.
of the cave, and
Okay,
Valera took
yeah.
a loot off of him.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you.
So, any of you gambling men?
Lyric, what are you doing out here?
Oh.
No, let Bry do his thing.
Yeah, let Brian gamble.
No, it's a turn by turn thing.
Let's let. All right, I want to do that, but we'll let Valen.
Okay.
We'll let Valen go first. He goes, "Oh, we were fishing.
We were fishing.
Got to get food for the outpost.
Well,
Fish don't grow on trees, you silly boy."
Meat's back on the menus, boys.
Can you... oh boy, meat's back on the menu.
Say, that big guy over there, he smells rough, but he does my voice well.
Do you guys have a problem with taking us back to the main, to the other side of the island?
Back to the outpost. We're heading that way now.
Perfect. Okay. Go ahead and rob these people blind, Howell.
Well, before I do it, so Toby, last time I tried to do gambling with you, you wanted to actually play the game, and I feel like it takes far too long, like far too much time.
You don't want to actually play the game?
I mean, we can, but it's like that's a big time sink for something that's such a small game. Can I just roll to see if I cheat them with my marked cards or weighted dice?
Sure.
Okay, then
So,
I want
you get
to see if
roll
anybody
against me, and I will let you do your sleight of hand.
Okay. So, any of you guys like to gamble?
What do you want to play?
You like cards or dice?
Oh, I love dice.
You love dice?
My
what do you wanna play
grandma
for?
made dice from her grandfather's teeth back in the day. They rolled a little funny, but...
That's
like it.
well, that's a dumb game, and you shouldn't be playing that. You want to play?
Hey! I love my grandma.
I'm sure I love your grandma too. What do you got to put down?
How do you know it's grandma?
Don't talk about that in public.
Stop talking. We're going to play dice or not, boy.
Let's play.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good stuff.
So are we playing for keeps or what?
What do you...
Pink slips?
What do you have to put down?
Oh, we got gold. We got fish.
You got gold?
What do
I
you
don't want
got?
fish. I've got gold. I'll match your gold.
Well, let's do it, son. 10
Well,
gold
good.
each.
10 gold, okay. And I mean it's a long trip back, so we got time to kill. Let's play.
10 gold buy-in.
So they roll their dice.
They roll. You roll your dice.
Yes.
Okay, I roll sleight of hand. I want to try to sub my weighted dice in.
So give me a d20 and add your sleight of hand score. And that'll be your roll.
Sleight of hand is +5. Come on, real dice. +5.
All right. So it's
That
not
little
a...
excitement.
So you guys play for about an hour or so, and you manage to strip these guys of their gold. So you make off with an additional 110 gold.
What?
Whoa!
Whoa, that's so much more than I thought I was gonna get.
Oh.
All right, well, okay. I like this game a whole lot more. I'm Toby. I'm like lasered in on what we're doing.
I apologize to Lyric, who saved our lives.
Lyric kind of giggles a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry about it." He goes, "They're gonna make that back in a couple days anyway.
I
Is
tipped
this-
There's a
Lyric
lot of
single
wealth to be
gold.
made out here, and that's why a lot of these guys come out here."
Okay, well, good for them.
Fair.
Does
What
this
do they-
vessel? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Does this vessel only have one floor, or is it got?
I mean, it's a ship. It's got like multiple floors. So you're on the deck right now, and there's like a captain's quarters off on the back or whatever, and it looks like there's some stairs going down, at least one more floor.
I asked Lyric if there's a place that I could get some privacy.
Oh yeah, sure. Just one floor, one flight down. There's the barrack, the bunkers.
Okay.
Just pick one out, take a nap.
Okay, I go downstairs.
Can Valera ask Lyric what kind of work they do on this ship?
They're fishermen.
Sure, they're all fishermen.
They do nothing other than fish.
We've been fishing since we got out here to. They've been fishing since they got out here to the outpost.
Aren't you
Maybe
guys worried about the other
Maybe if-
ships that have been disappearing?
Valera paid attention, she'd know that they're fishermen.
Okay, but in all seriousness, doesn't the captain feel like this is a pretty risky venture for fishing,
He
considering
goes-
the ships that have been disappearing?
Right.
Lyric
That's
says
what I mean.
They usually don't
Oh,
travel
sure.
too far. They stay pretty close to the outpost, usually just a couple hours away. We
How
haven't
close to the
ventured
outpost are we
around
right
the around the land too much. You were just a couple hours out.
Wow. Okay.
ship.
Man, I thought we were like a half a day. Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, by ship you
And
can
they-
travel a little quicker.
They haven't experienced any, I don't know, turbulence or anything on the sea?
Nothing so far. We've been at this since just a little bit after Lockfear himself got over here to the island. When people started coming out to establish the outpost, they needed food and supplies, and we sailed our ship out here. And Captain decided instead of sailing back to get more, we'd try our hand at exploring the waters right around here and fishing. And so far, we've had great luck.
You knew Lockfear?
Well, sure. I mean, everyone knows who Lockfear is. He's the one who got us out here. That's why the place is named after him.
But you know him?
He's around the outpost. I wouldn't say that I know him. Or are you asking Lyric or the cat? I guess Lyric's the one talking, huh?
I'm talking to Lyric.
Yeah, Lyric goes, of course. He's my lad.
He recognizes him by smell. I'm curious too. I feel like this island is less of a mystery than I thought it would. What? Lyric came from Ambercrest.
Yeah.
Which is where we came from, so.
Can we ask Lyric if he's been to the other side of these mountains?
We're the other side of the mountains.
Yeah, that's the whole point. I thought this was all unexplored. Why did we try to make our way through the mountains? There were ships going this
Well, I
far
think-
anyway.
But we're on the coastline. They haven't
Lyric
gone
goes,
through the mountains.
nobody's gone past the mountains. So the ships haven't. Lyric goes, no, we haven't been back there. No one goes back there. He said, last I heard, the scouts couldn't get over that way. So what you remember is there's mountains all on that side, right? These
So they stay encircled
fishers,
the island. Okay, I see.
it's not an entire island. It's like the land goes back this. I'm just making this worse. So it's not like an island. So it's like a peninsula. So you can see the land keeps going back this way, and there's mountains and stuff, like all these mountains right here. So it's like a big boot. Look at that boot.
It's a beautiful boot, Toby.
Thank you.
Boot hat.
So past the mountains, is there anything more?
I don't know. You'd have to go exploring.
So we
Do
don't
they-
know really.
No,
Do
none
they
of
have
the
a
Lyric
map?
has
Have
never
they made a map?
Lyric has never been back there, and he doesn't think that anyone from the outpost has been that far. As far as most of the outpost knows or thinks, nobody's been past the mountains.
So they just don't sail that far out.
They don't sail that far out. They don't go. They remember the ships couldn't get across for the longest time. All of this, they
Right.
don't know. No one's still sure why people can get across now. They just know that they can. But the ships have been saying, like, all right around in here, but they don't go past the mountains. They don't go farther. So they're not getting too far from the outpost. They're just looking for fish. So they're always staying within a few hours of the outpost. So you guys came
Okay.
out actually not too far from the outpost by ship. So you probably came out somewhere around here.
Okay.
So we've made it to the other side of the mountains, but you can only make it to the other side of the mountains through the mountains. You can't make it by sea. There's no place to beach a ship or to.
I mean, nobody's tried.
Nobody's tried. Y'all, we haven't accomplished our mission. We've come across an artifact that is of dubious worth, that may belong to Blake's god, which Duriel and I do not believe in. We're on a boat that seems to be seaworthy. I want to go west. I want to see if we can make it to further into the island.
Mary goes.
I guess-
So Mary's on the deck nearby, and she goes, "What was your mission? Wasn't it originally? You were responding to the call about the big monster, and didn't you guys take care of that?"
Well, then, if you guys want to continue on, Mary and I can go back and report to the captain. You guys can continue on to the other side.
I really don't want to go without my healer.
Oh man, you guys can heal. You'll be fine.
I do have.
Mary and I go
Wait,
on
but
our own.
did we take care of a monster? I don't think we took care of a
Yeah,
monster.
did we actually take care of a monster?
We
You guys
killed
took care of
zombies.
the monster. What you thought? What was considered the
Oh
monster
yeah,
threat?
the giant dog mom.
Right. We took.
No, but we went back and
neutralized the-
reported about it.
Yeah.
We didn't. We never got back.
Yeah, we reported about it. We told them don't go back into those woods.
Yeah, we found because that's when we found the orb, and that's when we met Mary.
We found
Yeah.
that, but we never reported back to the captain.
And
Yeah,
we
we
never
did.
tried to
Yeah, we
sell
did.
that orb.
We did.
Yeah, you did. You reported back to Commander Rennick. Commander Rennick is in the outpost.
Oh, okay.
So there's a
You're
guy
right.
that you were supposed to report to back here in Lockfierce Launch, who
we ever get our
told you to go
reward
out
for
there and report to Commander Rennick. I don't think Rennick gave you a reward because he wasn't certain whether or not the problem was solved because no monster came back dead.
We should have killed that.
You guys
stupid wolf.
went back with Mary because Mary then when you guys brought back a mysterious orb,
She asked
Mary
us
wanted to see.
show her.
Yeah, Mary wanted to take Piff, her apprentice, and wanted to see where
The
it came
magic
from.
dragon.
Stupid piff.
Well, then why don't you guys go and find Piff while Mary and
How
I.
about we go kill that monster, Howl?
Mary and you can't. So Mary and I will report
Wait, why
back.
couldn't we?
Okay, you guys go and kill him. Mary
No,
and
but
I
we
will
need our
report back.
healer to help.
No, that's perfect. You go do it.
So
on
Mary
your own
goes.
without
So
a
Mary goes. Why don't we get? We're almost back to the outpost. Why don't we get back? We call it a night, and then tomorrow let's regroup, figure out what to do with this orb and what we're going to do about Piff. Maybe Commander Rennick will want to hire you guys on for some more.
Agreed.
Okay, all right, I like that idea. Meanwhile, we're in the town. We rally the town to kill the giant wolf. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
I
was
agree.
thinking, I bet you we could sell that enormous pelt for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or get some awesome armor out of it. I played this game called Kingdom Death, and I feel like we could use that giant hide for some pretty badass
You and
armor.
Duriel can have a lot of fun doing that because Valera is not gonna.
I will entangle you.
I have a blast.
A literal blast. I can create water.
I can heal myself, and I can heal Howl, so we
You
can
take hits all the time.
go.
You ate my good berries a lot. Don't act like you didn't.
So we're going back to the outpost.
I guess we're going to the outpost.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
they
where
gotta that makes sense because they need to drop off their fish anyway. But
Okay.
group of people who are not quite my allies for whatever reason, I feel like if we have access to boats, we've been going around this the wrong way, and that we should probably try to access the other side of the island by sea. You know, I'm saying
I don't have a problem with that.
people who I
Yeah.
can't trust. All right, good.
Okay. So you guys start to get back to the town, and as you walk back into town, it's pretty late at night. Most of the town has started to head off to bed. There's just some guards out. Mary says it's probably best that we head to bed for the night. Let's regroup in the morning and discuss what our next steps are going to be.
This is not bedtime music.
And we are gonna call it a night there, guys.
Oh,
So you guys are all gonna be level 3 when you wake up in the morning,
Yay!
and
Level 3.
we'll be back in a couple of weeks to find out
Shouldn't
what
we be
happens
level
next.
2, Toby?
We were already level 2.
no, we were already level.
You were already level 2.
Were we?
You
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Alternian Gamer 99. Thanks for the follow, buddy. We do this
What?
every other. We do this every other Wednesday. So in 2 weeks we'll be back.
Don't watch us.
Don't
But
watch
they're
us.
all on YouTube as well. If you want to catch up, there's like 11 of them
Don't do
now.
that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Just watch like this one.
It's a lot of alcohol and arguing.
And Duriel's
Basically.
nipples.
And yeah.
I never.
Oh yeah, at least go back and see Durrell's nipples.
That's like the last episode, isn't it? Or was it the one
It's like the
before?
last
It's
3 episodes.
every
of-
episode before this one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so
Features
we'll be
Durrell's
back.
nipples.
Thanks for joining in. Have a good night.
Thanks, Toby. Great DMing.
Thank you, Toby.
Yeah.